Good afternoon, and welcome to the first match of the 2025 Okaloosa High School Academic Tournament. This year, teams from 7 Okaloosa high schools will go head-to-head utilizing a double elimination tournament format. These standout students will be displaying their knowledge of math, science, history, fine arts and literature, pop culture, and more to determine our 2025 high school champion. I'm your host and moderator, Stella Versweibelt. Carol Burnich, Interim District Coordinator of Academic Teams, will serve also as our Chief Judge and time scorekeeper and will make final decisions on all things official. Today's teams are from Collegiate High School at Northwest Florida State College and Crestview High School. Collegiate's coach is Miss Miller, while Crestview's coach is Miss Kennedy. We're going to take a quick break to hear from our different Okaloosa schools, and we'll be back shortly to introduce the team members. Stay tuned. Now the team members will introduce themselves.
I'm Ben McConey, and I'm a junior.
Bryn Massey, senior.
Elena Barnes, freshman.
Colton Wilson, sophomore.
Caleb Williams, senior.
Javian Parks, junior.
Max Stewart, senior.
Sam Bishop, freshman.
Okay, we'll start with question 1. When the opposition says of a candidate that his 2 closest friends in college are now in prison and that his graduate advisor went to neo-Nazi meetings, the propaganda technique is called guilt by what?
Association.
Correct. Bonus question number 1. What grammatical mood is illustrated in this quote by Charles Lindbergh? I realized that if I had to choose, I would rather have birds than airplanes.
Answer, please. No answer.
No answer.
Okay, the answer was indicative. Bonus question number 2. On an alphabetical list of helping verbs, which one is last?
Answer, please.
Was?
Would. Very close. Very close. All right, question number 2. These lines illustrate what kind of unusual words? People in the commune commune with nature.
Homophones.
That is not correct. Okay.
Homonyms.
That is incorrect. Okay, moving on to question number 3. The answer was homographs. Question number 3. What 2 parts of speech are modified by adjective clauses?
Verbs?
That is incorrect.
Nouns and adjectives.
That is not correct. Nouns and pronouns. Nouns and pronouns. All right, question number 4. These were events of what decade? The Sherman Antitrust Act passed. Lizzie Borden was charged with murder. The Yukon Gold Rush began.
19th century.
That is not correct. I'll start the question over for Collegiate. Okay, these events were of what decade? The Sherman Antitrust Act passed. Lizzie Borden was charged with murder. The Yukon Gold Rush began. The first modern Olympic Games were held. The first Boston Marathon was run. And the Spanish-American War was fought.
1870s.
That is incorrect. The answer is 1890s. 1890s. All right, question number 5. The U.S. Constitution guarantees to every state what form of government?
Constitutional?
No, that is incorrect. I'll repeat the question for you. The U.S. Constitution guarantees to every state what form of government?
Time.
Okay, the answer was Republican form of government. All right, question number 6. To a batter, a curveball appears to do most of its curving in which quarter of its trip to the plate?
Third.
That is incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Collegiate. To a batter, a curveball appears to do most of its curving in which quarter of its trip to the plate?
First.
That is incorrect. The answer is fourth quarter. Fourth quarter. All right, pencil and paper ready for this one, okay? What is the discount if the list price of 12 Toby mugs is $72 and the discount rate is 20%?
14.4.
That is correct. 14.4. All right. So Crestview, your bonus question number 1. These are examples of what kind of tudes? Your time will come, such as life, keep a stiff upper lip, we all have problems, what's done is done.
No, it's two.
Answer, please.
Attitude?
Platitudes. Platitudes. All right, bonus question number 2. These are words and phrases that bring to mind what continent? Cattle station, whoop whoops, kookaburra, and Barbie.
Australia.
That is correct. All right, question number 8. In 490 BC, a small Greek army commanded by Miltiades defeated a much larger Persian force.
Battle of Marathon.
Yes, that is correct. All right, Crestview, your bonus question number 1. During whose administration were diplomatic relations established with China and the Department of Energy created?
Reagan.
And that is not correct. Jimmy Carter. Bonus question number 2. In the 19th century, what was discovered at Alder Gulch, Orofino Creek, and Pikes Peak?
Gold.
Yes, that's correct. All right, question number 9. What is the term for the technique that finds the point where two bearings taken from different locations intersect?
Triangulate?
That's correct. Your bonus number 1 is this. What phrase beginning with a preposition indicates that some individual or group is exempt from laws that apply to everybody else?
Answer, please.
Pardon?
No, the phrase beginning with a preposition is above the law. Above the law. All right, bonus question number 2. This is about what kind of courtroom protest? If you want to play the game, you had better know the rules of the game, and if you want your opponent to play by the rules, you'll not only have to recognize an infraction, but you'll have to complain to the referee and explain exactly which rule was violated by the opposition.
Objection.
That is correct. All right, question number 10. Teufel is German for what?
Double.
Double? That is not correct. I'll look to Crestview. Teufel is German for what?
Tree.
That is not correct. It was devil. That's why I had trouble understanding. Sorry. All right, devil. Okay, moving on to question number 11. What song by Stephen Foster was in the repertoire of every minstrel show of the late 1840s and sung by countless gold seekers en route to California?
Time.
Okay, the answer was Oh Susanna. Oh Susanna.
Oh, Susanna.
Question number 12. In 1898, Theodore Roosevelt expressed the view that the battleship Maine was sunk by an act of dirty treachery on the part of what Europeans?
The Spanish.
That is correct. Okay, bonus number 1. In May of 2022, an Iraqi man was charged with planning to assassinate which former president who had ordered the invasion of Iraq in 2003?
Bush.
Can you be more specific?
George W. Bush.
That is correct. Thank you. All right, bonus number 2. Bashar al-Assad assumed the presidency of what Mideast country in 2000 when his father, Hafez al-Assad, died after 30 years in power, and he ruled until late 2024 when rebels forced him to flee to Russia?
Syria.
That is correct. All right, question number 13. For an event that absolutely cannot occur, the probability is what?
0.
That is correct. All right, bonus question number 1. What arm of the Atlantic is adjacent to Normandy?
Guys, please.
Well, would be Normandy? It's the British Channel?
No, it's not the English
Give me
Channel.
something.
North Channel?
Answer, please.
North Channel.
No, it is the English Channel. The English Channel. Bonus question number 2. What Asian country is adjacent to the Banda Sea, the Celebes Sea, the Andaman Sea, the Timor Sea, the Java Sea, and the Indian Ocean?
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
That is correct.
End of the half.
Okay, that's the end of the first half. We'll cut to a commercial and we'll come back with the scores. Okay, so we're back at the halftime, and the score is Crestview 90, Collegiate 20. Collegiate has one substitution, and that individual will introduce himself now.
Jacob Preston, sophomore.
Moving on to question 14. According to a modern critic, this man would have to move with the velocity of a cannonball for millions of years to alter the position of the Earth by a small part of an inch. Still, this Syracusan scientist was able to back up.
Archimedes.
That is correct. Okay, bonus question number 1. Cellulose, a dietary substance in plants, promotes gastrointestinal fitness. What do dietitians call this material?
Answer, please.
Carbohydrates.
That is not correct. The answer is fiber. Fiber. Bonus question number 2. Name the calcified deposits on teeth.
Enamel.
That is not correct.
Yeah.
The answer is calculus or tartar. Okay? All right, question number 15. Name the 3 countries that border Finland.
Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark. Yeah, Norway, Sweden, Denmark.
That is not correct. Collegiate, do you have an answer?
Sweden, Estonia, Russia.
That is not correct. It's Sweden, Norway, and Russia. Okay, question number 16. What preposition should follow afflicted?
With?
Correct. That is correct. Bonus question number 1. Add the supplement of a 60-degree angle to the complement of a 60-degree angle.
150.
150?
150.
That's correct. All right, bonus number 2. Pencil and paper is ready. The diameter of circle X is 40 inches. The radius of circle X is the diameter of circle Y, and the radius of circle Y is the diameter of circle Z. The area of circle Z in square inches is how many times pi?
It would be 5 pi squared.
5 pi squared.
I trust you.
5 pi squared.
That is not correct. It's 25.
It's C squared.
It's 5
Yeah,
squared times
C
pi.
squared 5.
25 pi.
Okay, question number 17. Reminiscent of newlyweds, the period shortly after an election during which the...
Honeymoon.
That is correct. Bonus question number 1. As of the early part of the 20th century, what is the collective name for the type of fuels that have provided over 85% of the total energy used around the world?
Fossil fuels.
Fossil fuels.
That is correct. Bonus number 2. It is customary to plot the independent variable along which axis of a graph?
X.
X, yeah.
X-axis.
That's also correct. Question number 18. You get your weekly paycheck and sign it on the back. What is the term for this signature?
X?
No, that is not correct. Crestview, do you have an answer?
Time.
Do none of you get a paycheck? No, I'm joking. The answer is endorsement. Endorsement. All right. Question number 19. The competitive buildup of nuclear weapons between the U.S. and the USSR.
Cold War.
That is not correct. I'll repeat the question for Collegiate. The competitive buildup of nuclear weapons between the U.S. and the USSR during the Cold War was known as what kind of race?
Arms.
That's correct. Bonus question number 1. What scientific law states that the amount of energy in the universe today is identical to the amount of energy that was in the universe when the first diatoms appeared?
Law of
energy conservation.
Defer.
Law of energy conservation?
I think that's acceptable. Yes, thank you. Bonus question number 2. What is the minimum number of light-emitting diodes needed to display the first letter of the alphabet?
That 2. 2.
2.
No, the answer is 6.
Okay.
The answer is 6. All right, question number 20. If a state has 18 electoral college votes, it has how many members in the U.S. House of Representatives?
36.
That is not correct. Collegiate?
9.
That is not correct. The answer is 16.
Okay.
Question number 21. Ulysses Grant, William Sherman, Robert E. Lee, Thomas Jackson, George Meade, James Longstreet, and George McClellan were colleagues in arms in 1848 when what?
Mexican-American War.
That is not correct. I'll repeat the question for Collegiate.
Civil War.
No, that is not correct. It was asking for a treaty that ended the Mexican War, and it was the Treaty of Guadalupe. All right. Question number 22. In addition to Switzerland, what 4 other European countries are known for their Alps?
Italy, Austria, Germany,
Time.
France.
Was he in time?
Not the first one.
Okay. That was correct, but she called time. It's also named for a plant and a path in Hamlet that can lead one astray What is Katniss Everdene's sister's first name?
Primrose.
That is correct. All right, bonus question number 1. What is the term for the difference between the invoice cost and the selling price that is supposed to include all the costs of doing business plus the profit?
Revenue.
No, the answer is markup. Okay? Bonus number 2. From time to time, owners of private businesses draw up P&L statements. For what words do these letters stand?
Profit. Profit loss.
Profit loss.
That is correct.
Good job, Tracy.
Together.
All right, moving on to question number 23. What is the first action verb in the U.S. Marines hymn?
Praise.
That is not correct.
From?
That is not correct. The action verb is fight. Fight. Okay? Question number 24. Identify the phase of the moon or planets where more than half the surface is illuminated but not...
Gibbous.
Yes, that is correct. Bonus question number 1. What is the term for a group of guns placed along a fort, wall, or on a battlefield?
Artillery.
Artillery. That's what I imagine.
Artillery.
Artillery.
That is not correct. It's battery. Battery. Okay, bonus number 2. The first steamships the Japanese ever saw were 4 black vessels commanded by what U.S. Commodore in 1853?
Smith.
Smith.
That is not correct. Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry. All right, question number 25. Who became the British monarch when King George VI died in 1952?
Queen Elizabeth II.
That is correct. Your bonus number 1. These were among the terms of an agreement between the local tribe and what colony? These are the terms. Neither should injure the other's people. If anything was taken away from either, it should be restored. That Massasoit's men should leave their bows and arrows behind when they visited the colony.
Jamestown?
That is not correct. It was Plymouth colony. Plymouth colony. All right. Question number 2. Bonus number 2. These Supreme Court justices came from what state? Justice Byron White and Justice Neil Gorsuch.
Vermont.
That is not correct. They came from Colorado.
End of the half. End of the match.
All right, that's the end of the first match. We'll come back in a moment with our final score.
I chose to come to Collegiate High School because you get free college and your high school diploma at the same time, and that's the best opportunity for any high school student.
I wanted to grow as an individual, and so I decided to move here to not be grouped into these different categories that you'd find in like traditional high schools.
I came to Collegiate because I wanted to get used to college work and just being in a college environment before I actually move on to a bigger university.
The thing that makes Collegiate High different from other schools in Okaloosa County is that we're a small school. Students that attend the Collegiate High School are not just a number. We know students by name because of the small school atmosphere.
So what's great about this school is that all the faculty are here to help you.
They want them to excel in their academic life and personal life.
At the other schools, I felt like I wasn't quite being challenged enough in all the fields, but here it's like, you have teachers that teach you well, and they teach you what's going to be applied in the future.
Many students think that if you go to Collegiate, you can't play sports, you can't be in music, you can't be a high school student, but I still went to homecoming. I still went to the football games, I had fun with all my friends, and Collegiate doesn't take that away from you. It adds on to your amazing personality.
In order to be successful at Collegiate High School, motivation, student motivation. You have to be academically motivated because you'll be academically challenged.
But when you go to a university, they'll see that you're dedicated and you're willing to take the course load that you'll be taking.
Let's say if you come one thought. This thought is that you are unstoppable. Because if you come here thinking, you know, there's going to be too much work, there will be. It's not an easy school, it's a tough school. But you're going to come, and if you come thinking that nothing will stop, you will be successful, and you will be a college student.
Okay, so our final score for today is Crestview 100, Collegiate 120. Congrats to our winners. Thank you for tuning in, and tune back in for our next match. Thank you so much.